Kill it, it's leaking, man.
Something else is wrong with the Jimmy. Surprise, right? Now instead of leaking oil, it's leaking water. The coolant system isn't holding pressure and it's pushing Chris to his breaking point. It's been back and forth with fixes, letting it sit overnight, then testing the systems the next day.
Oh, why does this truck hate me so much?
So far it's wash, rinse, repeat with no solutions.
Tired of this thing punching me in the face.
It's time to start it up again and see if Chris has actually exterminated all those gremlins.
And it's holding pressure finally. Yeah. I mean, 3 gaskets, 4 pressure tests later. The thermostat neck was like porous. The seam in it.
You're talking the housing.
The housing itself. Once I put pressure and soapy water and all the things, it turned out to be the neck and not the gasket. Kept getting bubbles across the back and I couldn't see it. And that seam right there that runs around it. As you would bring the pressure up, you'd see the bubbles start to form. You see all the glue I had on that thing? Because I was like, this gasket keeps leaking, let's put more glue on it.
And it's amazing though, $5 part can completely destroy the integrity of an engine.
It's old aluminum, and how old aluminum is really porous.
Oh yeah, yeah, it corrodes like anything else, turns into an oxide.
It was kind of green to begin with, and I cleaned it all up.
Yeah, can't polish a turd. Okay, that means we're on to the next good thing.
Yeah.
We're getting close. You can see it takes a lot of investigation and patience to track down leaks in a vehicle, and we still don't know if more will pop up. But that's the nature of these vehicles, especially the old ones.
Yeah, I'm ready to send it up front.
Thank you, Chris.
No problem, Chief.
Sounds great, and it's holding pressure. Now we can move on to the trim work and create an EMP kit. Chris is reinstalling the 71 Jimmy front and rear seats and the carpet kit. Audrey, Will, and I are matching Jimmy's red paint and touching up all the chips. There's been a lot of paint loss that was collateral damage due to the failing structure before we repaired it. Audrey and I used the 71 Jimmy as a paint matching demonstration. All right, so Audrey has been working on this truck. What this looked like, a week ago, roughly? About a week ago. All right, and this process does take several days. It only takes an hour or 2 a day, but it takes several days. So take a look at it now, and here's what I gave Audrey to start with. So Audrey, take this. This is the red paint. So what you search for, and we're very fortunate because we have lots and lots of leftover paints from little touch-up jobs here and there. And so put that paint against here and take a look at, can you see that this red is the similar tone, but it is a darker red. It is definitely sort of got more hues in it. All right, so that's where we come to this really cool chart. We have the red that we're after, and we have the red that we have. So Audrey, that red, so there are, in my opinion, you can mix any color pretty darn close if you have 5 colors. You need black, white, true blue, true red, and true yellow, which are all the colors in the spectrum. So that red, which way do we need to take it? What tones in it do I need to lighten it or darken it?
Lighten it.
I need to lighten it. So you have to be careful. When I say lighten, I'm not talking about a lot. So we have to look at white. White reduces the intensity of a red, but now we have to look at it against this. What color has been added to this red that is not in that red?
This one's more of a yellow red.
It's got a yellow hue. So right now, the red that we've got is kind of right there. It is a red with a lot of yellow added. And so the only way you can un-yellow a red is you have to do one of 2 things. You have to move straight toward a red pigment or a red-blue pigment combination. So what we did was we took this red and we needed it to be a truer red with less yellow, so we actually added more pure red pigment to it, and then we added white. And what do you think of the color combination that we ended up with?
I think it matches pretty well.
Okay, so this is where, folks, I'm going to remind you that Van Gogh was not like Rembrandt. We're more like Van Gogh around here. So take a look, and Benicia, can you see this area right here really nice and closely? How many chips, how much missing paint was there from that section, Audrey?
There was less paint than metal.
I think there was possibly, it was an equal equation of just about as much metal showing as paint. And yet right now, from there, and you're fairly close to this truck, can you see where all the paint was missing? Okay, so what we've got is we've got a match that using this chart, and this is a very basic chart to use, but it'll work. And how you use this chart is go out and buy yourself these 5 colors of Hot Shot paint. Hot Shot is the best thing to use. It's already got the clear in it. It doesn't need activator. And you can, I'm sorry, 1 shot. I apologize. Thank you. See, that's why Audrey does this stuff more than I do. So you take 1 shot, get black, white, the truest blue they have, the deepest red they have, and the brightest yellow they have, and you can mix just about any color in the universe that is a solid with those. We'll talk about metallics on a different day. So, Audrey, do you think the owner is going to like this?
I hope so.
If you get close enough to this, if you walk within 1 foot, can you see the touch-ups?
Yeah.
You can. But can you see them from standing 5 or 6 feet away looking at the vehicle?
Yeah.
You can't. And my mom always said, would it look good on a trotting horse? I would say this looks excellent. You've done a great job. All right, so. We're nearing the end of the build, and ironically, the thing that sounded the easiest, which is a radio, is the thing that's sort of been the stick in the mud. We haven't found a radio that Justin loves and actually makes sense to reconfigure as AM, FM, Bluetooth. So for now, we're going to go ahead and install the speakers and leave the connection for a radio that he can hook up the next time he finds something he really loves. Thanks for joining us for the Jimmy Finish Work episode. We're nearing the finish line, but there's still one special request from Justin left to add, the EMP kit. Come back next week to see exactly what we put together to give Justin and his family the best shot we can to survive that scenario. Comment below with your best paint touch-up tips. Take care, folks.